Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I created a Christmas look on my red iguana hand. I already applied the tips. I'm going to go ahead and just file them a little bit just to even them out and to be able to lay my acrylic out. I'll go ahead and do more filing towards the end of the video once my acrylic is laid. You'll see me doing some ombre. Here I already applied the Snow White that I'm using by Sherry acrylic products, and then I'm going to go in with the Glamourous Nude from Valentino acrylic system. I'm going to be blending that onto the white as you can see here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that forward. I do add a few different beads of acrylic to create the look that I want until it's evenly blended to myself, and then I go in with the clear to make sure I seal it in and I won't be buffing off any of the ombre effect once I go in and do the filing. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch this part, and as I keep on adding more detail and doing other steps, I'll just go ahead and jump in to describe what I'm doing. Okay, for the ring finger, I decided to go with the solid nude nail. And then I have that mix chunky glitter down below. It has stars and just a mixture of different holographic green and red little specks. I decided to go ahead and do that and add the little candy cane pieces that are right there down below as well. I'm going to go ahead and apply both to this now, and I'll also be encapsulating. So after I lay down a thin layer of the nude, I'm going to go in with the two different pieces of glitter and the candy cane, and then encapsulate it with clear over again to seal it in. That way when I'm filing, I don't want to file off any of the glitter or the candy cane pieces. Typically I like to do these pieces with long nails. If not, the shorter nails look a little too chunky because I don't want to file off any of the pieces. So I do them a little too chunky and it's just not a good look, and they end up just trying to get filed off anyways because the nail's so short. It's really hard to encapsulate them inside. But as you can see, these lay down pretty flat, so these will be kind of easier to encapsulate. When the pieces you're trying to encapsulate are too thick or they won't lay flat and they're sticking out, it's a little harder to encapsulate. So you always want to make sure you add that extra clear acrylic over it. That way you secure the piece inside and you won't scrape off any of the corners. And then there's my daughter's little hand going in there trying to touch everything. And this was actually her choice as well for me to do, because I was trying to do a fall set and looking for my leaves, and she pulled out the candy canes and she said, "Mommy, this one. I like this one." So she pulled out the candy canes and then I matched up the glitter with it. So she kind of helped me get creative tonight. Here here for the encapsulation, you can kind of see that it's getting a little thicker. If so, don't worry about it. You can always go in and file off some of it. I like to make sure my pieces are very well encapsulated, so if I need to add more clear, I will, and then I obviously spend a little bit more time filing, but at least I know that the pieces aren't gonna be sticking out. So I'd rather get them in there than having to really thin out and then end up filing off what I'm trying to encapsulate. So here I decided to go with another ombre now with this Snow White glitter acrylic, but this time I'm gonna be adding the chunky glitter onto there without the candy cane, just the glitter alone, to be coming up under the nude. So you guys will see me work with that, and then the index finger will be matching the pinky, so it's gonna be the same white I'm using on the middle finger and then the nude over that, and that will be basically it. Then after that, I'm gonna go ahead, let that sit and wait for it to dry a little bit so I can continue to file and reshape what I got going on here. Alright, so now that I've finished my acrylic application and my nails are ready to be filed, I'm going in with my file. It's a 80/80 grit, so I'm gonna be filing off the sides. I had decided to go with square from the beginning, so I'm just gonna go ahead and touch my sides up, make sure the top is even, do any filing over the top if needed. You can see the nail is kind of coming out of the little pockets of my red iguana hand. I don't really glue them down when I use it now. The first time I glued them down, I kind of ruined them when I was soaking them off. They didn't completely soak off and I was being impatient and I ruined the finger, the nail bed. So I actually just stick them in the pockets, and then if I have to hold it down, then I hold it down so that way they don't come out. But if they do come out, I'll just put them back in and continue working. So you've seen here that I took off the hand and I checked the shape and everything, make sure every angle's good. Now that I've made sure that, I'm going to go in with my e-file and I'm using a medium grit to just kind of go over everything, smooth the top of the nail out and any imperfections that I left out from the file. So when you're working on your clients, you always want to seal the cuticle area, just like I do at the very beginning when I continue onto each nail. You want to go around the cuticle area, make sure that you seal that so you know your client's not going to get any lifting. This was the thick nail that I had added a lot of clear to, so I'll be filing this one a little bit more. But it wasn't even that bad because it doesn't even look that thick anymore. Once the acrylic sets and dries, you can kind of see how it just levels out and it just looks a lot better. Rather than while you're working, you feel like you're adding and adding on acrylic and it's getting thicker. So not necessarily every time you're gonna have to file off all the clear or half of the clear. Sometimes it's gonna be just enough and you can still work with the shape without being too chunky or anything like that. So you'll see me go ahead and file each nail. On this middle finger, I did add extra glitter. Once I was even done with the ombre, I added a few other specks. One of them, you can kind of see that I ended up filing off because it was kind of poking through a little bit. So I just removed it completely. That way it doesn't look half encapsulated, half not. And then with the ombre, I'm going to just go ahead and file as usual. Make sure everything is nice and smooth to my liking. And then also the napkins that I'm using here are just my regular house napkins. I ran out of my blue ones that I used that absorb the liquid. So I wouldn't even recommend these napkins actually. I would prefer using the blue ones that I use. It's like a mechanic, the car wash ones that I like to use. And then you can find those at your local store or Walmart. I go to Costco to get mine because they sell them in bulk. So yeah, so the napkins, I don't recommend just any kitchen napkin. They don't absorb, especially if they're these square ones. They're super thin and it's like a big mess. But it was the only thing I had to work with and I really wanted to create this look, so I want to go ahead and use them today. Now I'm going in with my buffer and I'm just going to kind of buff everything just to smooth out the nail some more, and that should be it. Once you're done buffing, you want to make sure your nail and your hands are completely clean from all the dust. So that way you can start your gel top coat, and then if your client wants any rhinestones or design on top of it, then this is when you would do that. I like to go rinse my hand off with soap and water. The red iguana hand, I rinse it with soap and water, make sure all the dust is removed and it's nice and clean. That way I can remove these nails. Since I don't glue them down, I remove the nail tips before I rinse it, and then I clean individually every nail with an alcohol and a napkin or wipe, and then I just go ahead and clean it off. And once the hand is nice and dry, I go ahead and insert them right back in the pockets. and it's ready to be polished, designed, or whatever. So in this case, I'm just going to be top coating, and look how cute this now came out. This is one of my favorite parts, the gloss and the picture time, because you can actually see your finished result and how everything came out, and it came out so cute. It's definitely too early for Christmas for me, but since my daughter gave me the idea of the candy canes, I went with that. But originally, like I had said before, it was supposed to be a fall set. But this is a perfect Christmas set for somebody that's in the spirit and likes to rock their nails during the season. This is for the season, definitely. Super cute. I love how the glitter kind of faded in with the ombre, and it just all kind of comes in together towards the end. So this is the end result. It's super cute. I really like it. I hope you guys like it. Make sure to give a thumbs up if you do like it. If you have any suggestions on future designs that you'd like to see me do, please go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. I will show a picture of the end result, and then if you guys would like to follow me on Instagram for more of my work, you guys can feel free to. I'll leave my Instagram down below along with all the products that I use throughout the video, and the hand and the links and all of that too. So I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know how you liked it, and thank you guys so much for watching.